Hey guys, so I was not going to film today at all, and then somehow a bunch of makeup I ordered came all in one day. I don't know how it happened. I felt like the world just had a different plan for me for today. They were like, you're going to film. Whether you want it or not, we're going to send you a bunch of makeup today. So you're going to film. And I just got really excited because I saw the makeup and it just looked so pretty, and I was like, I'm going to film today. So I'm going to do my foundation video today, and I'm going to mix it in with a first impressions video because technically the foundation is a first impression as well. So I'm just going to mix it in with like a few other little ones. The foundation is going to play main role here, but I just have a lot of other exciting things that came in today. So there's one thing that came in PR, well, one set of things that came in PR, and the rest I bought myself. My social media will be in description along with my drama channel, anything else you might need to find. And let's get into it. My hair is out my face, which is great because I hate, you know, when things are in your face. So what came in today that inspired me? Kaleidos came out with a new collection, and this palette is just so stunning. If they hadn't sent this to me, I would have bought it myself, and I was going to buy it, but I know I'm on Kaleidos' PR list. They just never sent me an email saying, hey, we're going to send you something, because they usually kind of warn you beforehand that they're sending you something. But I'm assuming they are really busy with this collection coming out. It seems to be doing really well, like it's really popular. So I'd never got the email, and I was just waiting and waiting just to see if I was going to get it. If I didn't get it, I would have just bought it myself. But it ended up coming in today. It's a stunning PR box. It's like a little shelf vanity thing. It's so stunning. But this palette blows my mind. It looks even more stunning in person than it does in pictures. Look at it. And you know what's so good? This is such a like YouTuber problem. The mirror snaps off, right? So I don't have to cover the mirror so that the light doesn't shine off it when I'm showing it to you guys. So I can just show it like this. I don't have to do all of this stuff because usually the ring light will like bounce off and it will just ruin the lighting. Look at this palette. Oh my god. I love it. I already swatched the 3 shimmers, and these 2 are incredible, and this one's just foiled. These are more topper shades where they give you that beautiful like glittery ethereal look, and this one's a full-on like foiled look. We have this, I'd say, which is like one look, this like olivey mustardy green stunning look, and then this is giving me pastel, but it's giving me like interesting pastel. I'm just obsessed with the way this looks. I'm probably going to be basic for today because the foundation is playing the main role here. I'm probably just going to stick with the pinks and do that just so I can show you guys the formula. And I love that the mirror is coming separately because I can just use it on its own without having to dig my nail into this, because I'm so clumsy that I'll just dig my nail into stuff if I'm using the mirror from the palette. So there's that came in. They also came out with lip products. This is the nude 4, and then they have 4 that are more bold colors that are like teal and hot pink and red. These are the nudes they came out with. There's brown nudes, there's pinky nudes. I'm gonna, you know, figure out which one I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use a pinky nude. They call it like the clay lip, but it's essentially kind of like a lip stain, but like a moussey lip stain, which is really interesting. I swatched on my hand. You can either apply it quite thick to get it more opaque, and then you can blend it out and it gives it that powdery stain look. So this should be interesting. I think this would be really fun, and I love the packaging. It's like matte, soft touch, really cute. I recently bought the Pat McGrath primer, and I'm already disappointed with the packaging. It's plastic, and it's got like this piece of paper on it that's just like peeling off. That was not part of the plan. It's just like cheapy plastic, you know? I just didn't expect this from how luxe the foundation is. This is just not blowing my mind, but it's a first impression. I bought it myself. I'm gonna use it for you guys just to see how it works. It's not a new product by any means, but it's always good to figure things out together. I'm on Charlotte Tilbury's PR list, but I don't receive everything. I'm honestly so grateful for how much they send me. It's just, they kickstarted my Charlotte Tilbury obsession, and I'm just like now filling it in. So I bought myself the new face palettes they came out with. I bought both shades just because even if one of them was too deep for me, I would have just gave it to someone else, but I wanted to see what it looks like, and I think maybe in the summertime I'll get away with the bronzer, I don't know. One of the eyeshadows came broken, but I pressed it back in. It's one of those formulas that you can just press back in. It just seemed to be a little bit more loosely pressed for some reason. It was probably just like an error in the factory. I recently went on Cult Beauty, and they had this deal where if you spent X amount of money on Charlotte Tilbury, you'll get this face palette for free, and I'm assuming they did this because they were coming out with these, so they wanted to sell out these, like give them away, if that makes sense, because they just wanted less stock, I'm assuming. So this is what this one is like. This is just the regular Charlotte Tilbury burgundy packaging with the gold, and you get 3 eyeshadows. None of them are like glittery thicker shimmer. It's just very toned down shimmers up here for like a very natural look, and 1 matte. That's just how it is. These 2 are basically the same formula. These 2 eyeshadows. You get 1 face highlight, which is the same size as a bronzer, which just to me doesn't make sense, and then 2 blushes in 2 different shades. Obviously they're smaller because there's 2 of them, but I just wish that I'm glad they did this, right, instead of this. I love this palette though, it's incredible. The look I came out with was just cohesive and stunning. This highlight looks lackluster in the palette, but on the face, it's glowing, blinding, amazing. I love that you get 2 blushes just for some variation. I love the eyeshadow look I came out with. It was all super easy, so I've just been obsessed with this palette. But now they came out with a better one, an upgrade, if you will. So we get this one, which is the lighter one. So it has one matte, the same shimmer formula that's in this palette, and then this one like super glittery chunky one, which looks incredible. Like when I pressed it in, obviously I went in just to try it on my finger and it looks stunning. We get a face bronzer, we get a highlight and a blush. Do you see how like these proportions make sense? You use this much bronzer and then this much highlight and blush. And then you also get one of their iconic face powders. Like this is the one that I always tell you guys about, the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. It's my favorite pressed powder to ever exist on planet Earth. And they put it in the palette, and I just think this is such a good, well thought out palette. And then this is the second one they have. It's the same thing, just different shades. So we get this one. As you can see, it's more rosy. This stunning, this is that shade. This is just a regular shimmer and a matte. We get these 2 blushes and this highlight that is going to be too deep for me. So what I'm going to do is just assume that it's part of the eyeshadows and then just not use it as a highlight. We get face powder, face bronzer. I think these are incredible for when you're traveling. Like I can imagine myself, even if I wanted to take all 3 of these, like you have 3 powders, 3 bronzers, 1, 2, 4 blushes, 3 highlighters and 9 eyeshadows in these 3 palettes. Is just so small and compact. I'm going to then show you guys this foundation that I got. So this is from Chantecaille. This is my first product I've ever tried from Chantecaille. Well, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm trying it today. It's a new foundation they came out with. It's like a cushion foundation, and you get a refill and the foundation when you buy the foundation. So this is just how they give it to you, which I thought made this foundation technically half the price, because I thought this was 1 fluid ounce and this was another fluid ounce. I was wrong. This is half a fluid ounce and this is another half a fluid ounce. So this is 1 fluid ounce, which is the regular size of foundation. And this set of 1 fluid ounce was £120. I hope I got the right shade. I just haven't tried it yet. Haven't swatched it, nothing like that. It's the Future Skin Cushion Skincare Foundation. I'm excited, okay? So you get this refill, which I think is really cute. If they sold me half a fluid ounce for £120, I would throw hands just a tiny bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So let's do primer first. I know that's kind of like bad luck to do a new primer and a new foundation in one go, but if I'll be wearing this foundation tomorrow as well, and I'll be doing an update tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll use my usual primer, or just I won't use a primer at all, but I wanted to do a first impressions. So let's go in with this baby. This is what this looks like. I thought it was going to be more watery. I feel like I watched Tati review this primer and I thought it was more watery. No, it's like this. Also, this is heavily inspired by Tati. She used to do these videos where she would try really outrageously expensive products. So if you ever see an outrageously expensive product on like Trendmood, tag me under it and I'll buy it, and then we can you can vicariously live through me without having to spend and waste the money. I think Louboutin is coming out with more products. They kind of stopped releasing makeup for a while. Now they're coming out with eyeshadow palettes, which I think is wild. So if you want me to try outrageously, like, you know, I don't know if Tati's coming back. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it also upsets me very much. I don't know if she's coming back, and if I need to take on the role of trying out super expensive products, then I'll do it. I feel like this hydrated but also mattified at the same time. Can you see the blur that this gave me? Why am I kind of obsessed with this? Hold on. My pores are so much smaller. Why did I go so... My accent just really got heavy on that sentence. I feel like it's just because I'm really excited. Yeah, no, this blurs quite a bit. Like, it's hydrating. It still makes your face feel a little bit plump, but it's definitely... Let me scooch closer. Here you go. Definitely blurred my face and mattified it a tiny bit. I watch too much TikTok, and now every 2 seconds I'm biting my lip, because they do that thing where it's like, you know, they lift the eyebrows, you scrunch it, that one, and now I just keep on biting my lip. I know, it's an issue we've got here. See, I did it again. I'm annoying. Okay, so you get this little sponge. I'm gonna use this first. It feels really luxe, to be fair. Like, it's got this really smooth, silky side, and then it's got like a more perforate, like a more bumpy side on the other side. And you're supposed to, you know, the pressy press. I'm gonna try this, and if not, I've already got my usual beauty blender wet and ready to go. So you open this bit, this compartment, and you rip off this foil, and then, you know, you just fill it in with this one once you're finished with this one. So let's take it off and hope that this shade is good for me, because I didn't actually get the palest one this time because I was like, are you f***ing kidding me? I think I got the second lightest shade, and this looks like it's definitely not a light shade. I hope that's the sponge. I hope that's just what the sponge looks like. Because if I spend £120 on a foundation, that's not going to be good for me. I'm going to cry. Oh my god. This is what happens when you are in the middle of a pandemic and you can't go and swatch stuff. Let's go in with the sponge. Hold on. I'm like tapping it in. Okay, wait. This looks... Yes. Oh my god, guys. I was actually going to cry. So it's just the sponge that makes it look a lot deeper than it is. Hold on, this foundation already looks good, and I'm not even using my regular sponge. I'm gonna preface this whole video by saying you don't ever need to spend £120 on a foundation. Like, if this foundation is like the best thing to ever grace my face, amazing, incredible, but also you don't need to spend £120. I'm never going to actually sit here and be like, yes, go buy a £120 foundation. That's a good financial decision for you guys. I'm just gonna say, look, if you've got a £120 burning a hole in your pocket, then who am I to tell you what to do with it? But like, don't ever feel like, you know, you have to go out and get it. I feel like there's this new trend of like, I think it's TikTok that does it, because it's such short form content that it's like, oh my god, you need this, you need this, you need this, and then people keep on buying stuff that's mediocre at best, but in a minute you make it look like the best thing in the world, and then everyone buys it and they're like, oh, I'm disappointed, you know, because it's like, you can't love everything. This sponge is actually quite nice. I'm like doing that like tapping motion that you're supposed to do with one of these. Oh my god, my skin looks so good. I don't know if it's the primer, if it's the foundation, if it's the combo, but like I said, tomorrow I'll be doing it with just like my regular skin routine. I'm trying to like put it into the dip in my nose, which is quite nice because you can fold this to be quite skinny. It actually hurt my soul to buy this foundation, and I love high-end makeup. You guys know this. I pretty much exclusively buy high-end makeup, but this is not high-end. This is designer. This is like Gucci but makeup. It hurt my soul. It really did. I hope this lasts a while. This could be my new favorite summer and springtime foundation. Like, if I'm not wearing a skin tint, I want something a little bit more fancy, then this could be quite nice, because right now I am loving it. Okay, right now I forget that the price tag is what it is. Like, my mind's just kind of ignoring the fact because I'm enjoying myself. Okay, like, I was scared it was going to be bad and patchy and whatnot, but I'm actually not disappointed, which is a good. It's great. It's amazing. It makes me feel really happy in life. I'm going to show you close-ups. Look at that. It's definitely like a medium coverage. It's not super dewy or super matte. It's kind of like bang in the middle. It's got a slight sheen to it. You can see like a little bit of redness here, but then this is more smoothed out and just beautiful. It's got kind of like a self-setting feature to it, where like, I still haven't set it with powder, obviously, but it seems to be kind of drying quite nicely, but not in like a patchy or uncomfortable way, just in like a really nice way, which makes me think this is going to last a while on me. This is the first time I'm ever trying a cushion foundation too, so I'm just really experiencing everything right now. I'm going to, just to be safe, go in with my regular sponge around my nose, because I feel like this one's quite stiff, where you can't get it into all the cracks and crevices, whereas this one's a little bit softer, so I can just use it around my nose. Still looks great. Oh, let me just add a tiny bit more coverage kind of right here. Look at that. This looks so good. I don't use any filters on my videos either, so if like what you're seeing is pretty much what you're getting, like this is just what my skin looks like right now, and it looks good. So this is just what my skin looks like. This is what you're getting. It's not patchy, it's not dry, it's not too oily. Like, this foundation is looking good, and the skin shade match. Look at it. I didn't even put any foundation on my neck. I am a professional in shade matching on the internet. I doubted myself for a minute when I first opened the foundation. I had no reason to. I did it again. I did do it again. I did shade match correctly. While I'm saying all of this, once again, I'm not asking you guys to buy this foundation. This is not a recommendation video. This is a, I did something and I want you guys to see it video. I bought a really expensive foundation. I want you guys to see it. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magical Way Liquid Concealer. I'm using this one because I thought cushion foundations are typically like a natural coverage. So I thought a concealer that's kind of more light coverage would be quite nice for this. Let me just cover kind of in places. You can still see a few of my spots peeking through. That's the kind of coverage this is. Just very casual. I think this would be so nice for just like springtime going out. It's just really nice, honestly. It looks super fresh. Like your skin's just naturally like so perfect. Oh, I love it. Okay, I'm not disappointed by it, which is good because like I'm not asking you guys to go out and buy it, but I also didn't want this to be a complete fail because I don't like to waste my money. And buying a £120 foundation is already kind of a waste of money. But like at least it looks nice, so I'm gonna enjoy it while it's here. It meshes super well with that concealer because they're a very similar formula, so they just look really good together. Wow, I'm enjoying myself. I'm so glad I waited with this video because I was going to do the foundation video all throughout the week, but for some reason I kept on moving it up. I don't know why. I had it planned for like the beginning of the week. It's basically the end of the week now. And I kept on moving it up, like, oh, I moved it from Monday to Tuesday, and then, oh, I'm going to film on Wednesday. And I don't know why. It must have been my intuition because I don't know. I just felt like I had more makeup coming in and I was like, just wait, Angelika. My intuition was just going crazy. And I'm just enjoying myself now. So once again, this is what my skin looks like. The concealer is also super like natural. Let me go in with this palette. So I have the face powder. I'm going to use that to set under my eyes, which is what I usually do. I already love this powder. You guys know it's my favorite. I've been recommending it to you guys for ages. It's the best thing to grace my face, and it is the same formula as usual. They didn't like change the formula. They didn't like cheapen it to put it into a palette because I can tell it looks amazing under the eyes. Let me blend this out and quickly set it to at least slightly prevent creasing. You know, at least it means I smile a lot, I guess. I hope that's what it means. I have the most awful smile lines. I have on many occasions considered just filling them in with filler. I don't know how many people... Oh, actually, I think I heard Kathleen Lights talk about it, how she had her smile lines filled in, and apparently it was really nice. So I've just considered it because I look so much older when like the smile lines can't start like ruining my makeup. So I just thought, oh, it'd be quite nice to do that, but I don't know. I set a little bit. Should I set the whole face? Yeah, because I will be using powder products. So I'd rather just set the whole face lightly. With that same powder, just lightly dust it all over, and we'll see how it reacts to powder, because some natural makeup just doesn't look good with powder on top. So I'm just wondering if this one will look nice, but so far so good. I'm not seeing any issues. It's not patching up or anything. I'm like singing everything because I'm really happy. Look at that. It just mattified it a tiny bit and made it look even more perfect, because obviously there's no light bouncing off texture, so it just looks really smooth. And look at that. Look at that. I look really nice, actually. I'm just going to go in with a brush into the face bronzer. I hope this one's not too light. It seems quite cool tone, so I might go in with the other one, but I'm scared to make it too deep. Charlotte Tilbury just makes really good powders. I don't know how it happens, but they're just always so smooth and buttery. Like, it's just such good makeup. Makes you feel so pretty. I like this. It's really good on pale skin, so if you've got pale skin, then this one's just really nice. And if you pick up a little bit more, you can build it up. If you feel like it's too pale from the get-go, you can just build it up. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the bronzer. I feel like I have a little bit more on the left side than the right side. There we go. This is what that looks like. I think it looks perfect. Then I'm going to go into the cheek pop, which is down here. It's like a beautiful pink with a rose gold reflex to it, a tiny bit. It's got like a little bit of a sheen. I'm going to go in with one of those like flimsy brushes and just dip it in right there. And just, oh my god, I forgot how pigmented Charlotte Tilbury's blushes are. They are quite pigmented. Like, I remember I went a little bit overboard with the original palette that I got, and I was like, oh, gotta tone that down. Like, even this is quite, you know, it's just because the powders are super powdery, in like a good way, in like a blendable way. But because they are quite powdery, you end up picking up quite a lot, and it can get a little bit pigmented. So you gotta watch out and just very lightly tap in and then build slowly. Okay, let me apply a little bit of that to my nose, not cheek, nose, to my chin. This is giving me a beautiful summery look where it just looks a little bit sunburnt, but in like a good way. I love this, and it already gave me a sheen because the blush has a sheen to it. Then I'm going to show you guys obviously the highlight. This is a little champagne-y, just a very natural looking highlight, no like colors or anything. See? It looks lackluster in the palette. It looks a little bit like, you know, like a very natural powdery highlight, but then this is what it looks like. I love this highlighter formula. It just is stunning. It makes you look so glowy. And I didn't even apply that much, like I just applied a little bit, and look at how stunning this looks. I'm obsessed with this palette already. I'm going to now do setting spray. So I'm just going to do my regular Project Pan, Charlotte Tilbury, and then the Fasali. I love how big the mirror is in this palette as well. I feel like if you are traveling with this, just so good, so convenient as well, because you're always struggling, like, you know, if you're staying in a hotel or something, to find a place with a big mirror and good lighting, yeah, it's not happening. So I'm glad to, I always basically think to take something with like a big mirror in it. So far my makeup looks absolutely stunning, but it's also really expensive. Like these palettes are I think like £55, so they're probably $74 I think I read, and I got 2 of them, so this was an expensive purchase. The primer is about £60. The concealer is Charlotte Tilbury, also expensive, and so is the setting spray. So this is, you could say, a very high-end face, but it just looks so good. Look at that, just all blended so beautifully on top of each other. I'm like obsessed with this look. Then we're gonna go into, I'm gonna do primer, an eyeshadow primer. I always do this step because I am trying to pan my primer. Look at that. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Chantecaille is both cruelty-free and vegan, and they do a lot of charities for animals, which is really nice. It's just, you know, it makes me feel a little bit better about the £120. I think I have to rehydrate my eyeshadow primer because it's starting to get a little bit dry, and that's usually what happens if it's like drying up, and then I add a little bit of Duraline to it, like 1 or 2 drops, and it gets better again. So usually if I'm struggling to use it or spread it out, it means I need to add a little bit of Duraline, because as you can see it's just a little bit patchy, and it makes the eyeshadow apply patchy over the top because obviously the pigment doesn't distribute the way it should. So I'm going to add 2 drops of Duraline into this. Now what I like to do, which I know some people don't like to set their eyeshadow primers, I do. It's just something I do. So I always use my actual face powder, and I just go in and I set it, and I feel like it creates the most perfect base where it just covers all of my veins and discoloration, but it also creates just like a beautifully smooth and matte base. I don't actually like when eyeshadow sticks to my primer. It irritates me, and it also makes me feel icky. It's one of my pet peeves. I hate it when powders stick to dewy makeup underneath. It just infuriates me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with the Kaleidos palette. This, when like the Kaleidos package came in, that's when I knew I wanted to film this video. I just got up and I was like, I'm filming a video, because it's just so pretty. I just love when makeup comes in and you feel so inspired by it. And obviously the Charlotte Tilbury palettes came in today as well, and I was just like, oh my god, I was so excited about them. So I'm gonna go with this one first, then this one to deepen up with, and this one all over the eyelid, and then that's that on that. It's a very pastel pink. I'm doing a very light layer to begin with, so this is not its full potential. And I always use fresh eyeshadow brushes. I have this thing recently that I have this like New Year's resolution where I can only use an eyeshadow brush once before I wash it. So I have my clean eyeshadow brush bin and then my dirty eyeshadow brush bin. And whenever I'm done using an eyeshadow brush, I put it into the dirty pile. And then once the dirty pile is full, I go and wash it. And today was washing day, so I have nothing but beautifully clean brushes, and it just made me so happy because now I can do eyeshadow with my clean brushes. I feel like cleaning brushes is one of those things that just gets me going. Like, I genuinely enjoy doing it. I know some like beauty gurus say they hate it. I have a lot of eyeshadow brushes and I still enjoy doing it. It's so like therapeutic. It just makes me feel like I've got my life together. Let me just blend the edges. I'm going to blend it pretty high up into the brow bone, just like blur the edges really high up and wing it out a tiny bit. Nothing crazy. I always just do like this kind of shape on the same brush, not changing that. Oh, that's more pigmented than I expected. And just blendy blend. I think Kaleidos mattes are just an amazing formula, so I knew I was going to be impressed. Look how it's blended. It looks so good. I'm just making sure everything is seamless and natural. Now I'm going to go into this stained glass shade. It shifts from gold to pink, which which I think is so good. And this turquoise has hints of pink in it, which I think is so good. I'm just going to go in with my finger. I find that's when the Kaleidos shades look best. Look at that. It just looks so good. Their matte formula and their shimmer formula is just incredible. Oh my god, this is hot pink. It's hot pink. It's one of those shimmers where it's almost a topper shade, kind of, right? Like it doesn't have too much underlying like pigment to it, but it's just so stunning. I love these shades. They just look so pretty. You can't even appreciate it on camera. It just looks so good in person. I'm blending it right into that deeper mauvey shade, just so there's no like weird gaps in the eyeshadow. I'm just blending it out. Now I'm going to take like a flat brush, and because I have long nails, I can't get into the inner corners, but I like to do most of my eyelid with my finger and then just kind of top up the inner corner like this. I'm actually going to drag it into my inner corner as an inner corner highlight because I think that will look great. I'm obsessed with this shade. Oh my god. It's one of the most beautiful pink eyeshadows I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to also put that a little bit on my brow bone. I know I'm just using the same shade everywhere. I'm also going to use this teensy weensy brush and mix the two pink shades together and apply it to my lower lash line. Just for some quick dimension. Nothing too much. I'm kind of going to risk it for the biscuit and take some of the blue and just sprinkle it in there. Who's going to know? No one. Because it does have a hint of pink to it. So if I add it in like right here, just to mix it in, just very gently kind of over everything. Oh my god. This is blending together so beautifully. And then I'm just going to flake it away from here because I am kind of applying it gently, which is making it fall out a tiny bit more than the pink, because obviously I pressed down most of the pink with my finger. Oh my god, look at it. It turned into like a purpley shade. Oh, it's so stunning. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Okay, so this eyeshadow gets a thumbs up for me. 2 thumbs up in reality. Oh my god, did I just rhyme? That was fun. So we're doing brows and mascara, and we'll be moving on to lips, and that'll be the end of today's video. This was quick and productive, and I'm really happy with everything. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Cheat and the Legendary Brows Brow Gel from Charlotte Tilbury. Let me just brush away some of what happened here. It's not much fallout, it's just a tiny bit of like the sprinkles, sparkles falling on my face, which is understandable because I did apply it with a dry brush. So I'll link everything I'm wearing on my face in the description just so you can find it and, you know, buy it if that's what you wish to do. All links in my description are magic links, so like it gets really confusing because it's technically not an affiliate link, because to be an affiliate the brand has to invite you to be an affiliate, but I still make a commission from them, just a smaller one. It's like a small percentage. It changes from retailer to retailer. Sometimes it's as low as like 2%. So I never know what to title it. I always say, well, sometimes I forget, which is sad, and I come in panicking and I have to fix it. But I usually just put in commission links, which I think is understandable. Like it's clear enough. If anyone reads that, they're like, oh, she makes a commission. Because if I say affiliate link, technically I'm not affiliated with the brand because the brand didn't affiliate themselves with me, and it could lead to like confusion where a brand didn't put you on their program but you're pretending to be on their program. So I always try to make it as clear as possible. I'm going to use the Huda mascara. It's one of my favorites. I always get really up close and personal with the mirror when I'm doing mascara, just so I can grab all of the hairs. So this is what that looks like so far, just mascara and eyeshadow done. And now I'll just pick one of these shades. Let me just swatch these for you guys. So this is NU01. So Nude 1. You can see this is like matte, but it's also not so crackly and dry. Then we have, let me go in order, NU02, which is Dune. It's this one. That's NU02. And then NU03, Terra, is a yellowy, mustardy shade, kind of. Ooh, it's like a poopy brown. Really stunning. Oh my god. For like autumn time, so good. I know I called it poopy, but I call good things poopy because I love poopy shades of makeup. I think they just look really good. And then we have NU04 Sienna, which I thought was really stunning. I think this is the one. Is this the one that I thought was stunning? Yeah. But I'm not going to wear it today because I'm wearing a pink look and this is very much brown, but I thought it looked so good. So I'm going to wear this one today because I think it will just go with what I've got going on today. It's almost blurring the lines on my lips. And this doe foot makes it super easy to just line your lips with the wand. So this is what that looks like. I think it's so stunning. It's matte, but it's not drying at all, but it's like really matte. Like, it doesn't look crackly though. This is one of my favorite matte formulas. It just doesn't feel crackly. It feels moussey. It feels soft, and it doesn't get sticky. Like, you can rub your lips together and it doesn't feel like they're sticking together. I think this is such a good look. Look at this. It just looks so nice. Anyway, another fave for today. This is what they look like. I think we are done. I'm just going to apply a little bit of lip gloss on top because I do like a glossy lip lately. It's been one of my favorite things. I think matte has a place in my heart, but a glossy lip is just a glossy lip, you know? So this is where we're at with my makeup. I think it looks so good. This is the face, the eyeshadow, the lips. I'm obsessed. Anyway, I'll be trying this foundation out tomorrow as well and doing my regular face routine with this one. No new products, just kind of like what I do on a regular basis. The shade I wore today is Alabaster. If you have a similar shade to me, then Alabaster could be quite nice. And that will be it for that check-in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So this is day 2 of me wearing the foundation. Today I did a more cream routine, so I did basically what I would do every day anyway. Yesterday I filmed like more powder products, trying more actual stuff, and today I did creams. I did the Fenty cream bronzer, I did Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm cream blush, I did the highlighter from Charlotte Tilbury on top of that the Becca highlight. I set a tiny bit with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish airbrush powder just like in the main areas, and then I did my 2 setting sprays that I have in my project pan. You guys know all of this, and this is what it looks like. It's one of the best foundations I've ever worn, quite honestly. It looks stunning. It's a medium coverage, but it kind of sets on its own where it's not super tacky or dewy, and then you can add the dew in, but it's just so blurring. Like, I have no pores when I wear this foundation. Zero. None. And the thing about this foundation is you can really dress it up like this, right? And do a full face of makeup. Or if I just did the foundation with a little bit of concealer and brow gel, very natural mascara, you would not be able to tell that I was wearing foundation. There is no indication that there is makeup on your skin. Even if you do multiple layers. I did like 2 or 3 layers in this area because I have redness on my cheeks and it's a medium coverage foundation. You could not tell that I was wearing anything on my face. This foundation is stunning, beautiful, fantastic, but it's also £120 for 1 fluid ounce. So do I recommend it? No. Would I repurchase it? Probably not. But am I going to love wearing this summertime? Absolutely. I'm going to cherish having this foundation and never think about it again because it's just way too expensive for what it is, but it's stunning. It's beautiful. Anyway, onto the outro. So that's the end of today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything you want to comment down below, and subscribe to post videos every time I think of something to do. So hit that bell to be notified when that's happening. Social media links, any other links in the description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.